D Savage doesn't seem to be in the right mind. There's been so much going on with him. One minute he's dissing a rapper, one minute he dissing Cardi. Homicide Gang been responding to D Savage now. You wouldn't think all of this would be happening because he's on tour right now. What could possibly make him want to be so active on social media and say so many things, you know what I'm saying? And y'all remember my last video where I said pray for D Savage, and I basically talked about that whole scenario with his girlfriend because he was going through it and she kind of exposed some stuff, but nobody really know if it was true or false. But I'm making this video because D Savage supporters came to me and they told me, yo, things have only been getting worse. I don't know if you've been seeing his stories, I don't know if you've been seeing the stuff that's been going on with his name, but you need to make a video. And I'm like, all right, bet. But y'all remember that whole situation he had with his girlfriend, right? And more of the story, D Savage and this girl broke up, okay? They went their separate ways, but that wasn't it. D Savage said that he was single. The girl didn't like that he said he was single on Twitter, and it got to a point she started exposing so many things about him, saying that he was broke and he not really what y'all think he is, you know what I'm saying? But everybody thought she was just talking, but eventually, you know, everything moved past that. D Savage seemed to be okay because he was on tour, he was doing his own thing. But what people been telling me lately, I don't think D Savage actually moved on. I think it's only been getting worse because I decided to, you know, go look at D Savage's story myself, and I'm seeing him post a lot of stories about him feeling down. And throughout these stories, he also explained why he be dissing Cardi and the whole opium camp. On one of his recent stories yesterday, he said, I grew up, I don't think the same, talk the same, feel the same. I apologize for my past ignorance, but y'all just don't understand all the bullshit I done dealt with from these to rap behind scenes. And then D Savage started making tons of tweets where you could just tell there was something wrong. And one of the ones that stood out the most was when he said, bro, I'm so lonely. And you probably like, okay, that ain't nothing, bro. He probably just tweeting out, you feel me? Nobody really cared that much. But then his ex-girlfriend started making a few comments about him, saying, he started off with her first tweet. She said, I ain't even speak on yet. Leave me alone. Stop talking about me trying to act like a victim. You're a bitch. You deserve to be lonely. Then she said, being a down low narcissist is crazy. That's why he keep bringing up Cardi. You got way more skeletons in your closet than anyone. And don't get me wrong, I was confused. A lot of people was confused. These Savage supporters was confused because you don't just say that out of nowhere. You don't use that P word, you feel me? Not for everybody, you feel me? But it gets serious because she start actually showing proof of what she's talking about. And like I said, if D Savage watching this video, or you know, his team is watching this video, slow the f down, okay? This is all allegedly. We don't know if this is true or false. This could be for different intentions. I don't know, but I'm finna show y'all what's happening.
I haven't been this happy. I was locked down since I was literally 18, so like I'm blessed. I felt like a 40-year-old woman by all the trauma I was put through. Like I didn't deserve it. You will never see me with that human near them again. Even after all the stuff he said about me, all the lies he said about me, I didn't even debunk them or nothing because God will reveal everything. No, we broke up last May because he went on tour and linked with a bitch in Miami. You want to know the truth? We broke up last May. He won't ever admit that to you guys though, because the first week of our breakup I was getting like the most meanest hate messages ever, like threats, paragraphs about how ugly I am and just like how I didn't deserve him and just all this stuff just because I chose to leave him. He wanted to spin the narrative because I left him. I got all my stuff and I left.
But somebody made a tweet randomly. He said, my friend just told me how D Savage was being weird with high schoolers last night at a concert. And that was a day ago that person had said that, right? And people were commenting under that and saying, cap, you know, he just probably talking. Nobody know if that's true or not. You know what I'm saying? People just moved past it until the next day that account actually showed proof of D Savage being with some females, right? But these weren't just any females. According to this dude, he's saying that, yo, they are 16 or 17 max. According to him. I didn't say that. You feel me? This is all allegedly. We don't know. And you can see from the pictures, you know, D Savage moving kind of look like he feeling them. You feel me? He looked like he having fun. And he said D Savage is 25 and these girls are 16 through 17 max. And at this point, D Savage ex-girlfriend is basically saying that the reason why D Savage is trying to diss Cardi, the opium camp, homicide gang, and all that is to distract us from knowing the fact that he's a P word. And I'm gonna be real, it's very hard to judge because there's no telling how old these girls are, you feel me? But what I can say is that D Savage is mentally going through something. He said it himself on his stories and stuff like that, and I already know y'all finna say, yo, he's on tour right now, he's happy, bro, I just seen him. That doesn't mean anything. A person could be going through something totally different behind scenes. Y'all don't know what he be doing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he be doing because I love D Savage music. music, you feel me? But he's been doing this thing where he's taking his anger out on other people. Even if he got some towards these rappers, or rappers have done him wrong behind scenes, bro, it's been like 5 years. There's no reason to be dissing people or the opium camp just because you had a breakup with your girl, or you probably going through something behind scenes. And everybody looking at D Savage like a hater right now. I get that, but I'm looking deeper into that because you can just tell that something isn't right, you know?
Hey, what's good with y'all, man? First things first, as always, big shout out to Dutie for letting me hop on this and share my take with y'all. And especially with today's topic, because when it comes to D Savage and the current state of not only his career but his mental, it's clear that this man is not in a good place. And I'm sure being clowned and disrespected and belittled by the general public for the last 5 years has something to do with his behavior he's showing. But don't be too fooled, because not completely, but he's partially done this to himself. He just constantly is doing things that are not good for his career. He's doing things for clout, and it's only made people not respect him. When researching for this video, I was reading in a Reddit, somebody said, man, he should have just stayed out the way and dropped music. And it's true, because he makes good music. But man, from I know to right now, this man has become the representation of the dark reality behind a fall off. The only reason he has a lens on him right now is because the Cardi beef that only he fuels. Other rappers who be hating on the sidelines, they usually kind of just get ignored and we forget about them. But since he has beef, or at least wants to have beef with Cardi, it's keeping his name alive, but not in a good way. And as we're seeing more and more recently than ever, him only being in the headlines when it's a conflict is continuing. But as y'all heard from Dutie, this one that just occurred, man, they said at his meet and greet he was acting extra weird with these high school girls, and that he's DL. The validity of these statements is something I'm wondering myself, but the accusations on him in particular, it speaks about his character in general already. And if it is true, I'm shook. I didn't think his career could get much worse for somebody who's not dirt at making music. And jokes aside, I'm a little concerned for him. Just the way that he's been trying to get clout off Cardi for so long, you could tell this man already has some real problems. Y'all seen him tweet recently about his ex-girl? That had him spiraling for a minute too. Y'all were saying for years that his career fell off and he lives in his car. Just recently, academics said that he's working at a dispensary. Like, can we imagine how this impacted him? Like, let's be real, like, damn. And these allegations, yes, allegations that are going on Twitter right now, man, they could be the worst of them all so far. Looking at D Savage's position, my best advice could be to drop music and just stay out the way. Stop trying to entertain things that don't have to do with music. Because if he starts letting this outside distraction wear him down, man, he's gonna break. And it seems like he already started, but we just gotta see how it turns out, man. All you could do is pray for him. You got him beefing with Homicide Gang on Twitter, saying don't come to the A, saying I'm moving there. Just all this going on. These are things that broken people do, man. So like I said, pray for D Savage. What y'all think about D Savage? Y'all think I sounded rude? Y'all think maybe I'm being too nice? But like I said, shout out Dutie. It's been your boy 10 Toes, and y'all be cool, man.